We really do appreciate every time you join us in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics, coming to you from the studios provided by First Star Logistics. And you made a great call today because we're catching up with the newest multimillionaire, the Cincinnati Bengals, BJ Hill. 3-year, $33 million contract. How about that? Well earned, well deserved. BJ Hill has played at an extremely high level. The trade for BJ Hill, Billy Price to the Giants, BJ Hill to the Bengals, going to go down as a good one. This guy is playing at an extremely high level, plays the run and the pass equally efficiently. Tremendous athlete, really. One of the more athletic interior defensive linemen. And it started in high school. He played football, he played basketball, he played baseball, track and field. I mean, anything with a ball, BJ Hill was getting it done. Thought he was going to be a basketball player, but it didn't turn out to be as tall. Stopped growing, and he got bigger and stronger. We talk about his high school career, his college career, being drafted by the New York Giants in the 3rd round, then coming to the Cincinnati Bengals, and the iconic play he had in the AFC Championship game. We covered all with BJ Hill, and he's a family man. We talk about his family, and everything there is to know about BJ Hill, you will find out. Just stay tuned. We know you got a lot of things you could be doing with your time, so it means a lot to us when you give us some of your time in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics, coming to you from the studios that they provide for us, which are second to none, and we certainly do appreciate that. Our guest is second to none as well, talking about B.J. Hill, defensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals. The organization thinks the world of B.J. Hill. Just signed him to a 3-year, big dollar contract for good reason. He is an impact football player. He's an impact guy in the locker room. He's an impact guy in the community. For as great a football player he is, he might even be a better human being. He is loved by all of his teammates and everybody in the organization. So this contract is well-earned and well-deserved and money well spent by the organization. And first and foremost, BJ, I want to congratulate you, man. I can't think of a better way to spend the money than rewarding you for what you've done for the football team.
Oh, thank you, man. It's really a blessing to be back in Cincinnati, man. This is the place I wanted to be. This is the place I want to finish my career 5 to 6 years from now. Cincinnati is very special, and I love it.
You're a phenomenal family man as well. You and your wife, 3 children. Kingston, 5-year-old boy. You have Jordan, 3-year-old girl, and then, man, Cooper, 7 months. You're busy, man. I tell you what, you guys have a very active household, don't you?
Very active. They keep me on my feet each and every day. Something new, learning something new each and every day about them. But I love it. I love it.
And being the family guy that you are, tell us where you are right now. I mean, you just signed a contract with the Cincinnati Bengals, and then you have family is first and foremost to you, which is not surprising.
Yeah.
And you fly to where, and what are you doing?
I'm in San Antonio. My wife's sister just graduated from the Air Force. Shout out to Shayla Barnwell. She killed it, and I'm proud of her. It's not easy. Coming from different change. Coming from something, going to something like very structured, very tough to do, and she did it.
I'll tell you what, you have an accomplished family, a professional football player, and then a graduate of the Air Force Academy, which is an honor. That's pretty incredible. You've a lot of family gathering there. Everybody's got to be extremely proud. What a week this is for you to get the contract done and the graduation from the Air Force Academy. That's a 1-2 that a lot of people would be like, wow.
Awesome. Give props to her, man. That's really, to me, I think that's way more important, man. Just going out there and doing something that you've never done, unfamiliar with, and doing it for your country. That's something that's top of the line right there, if you ask me.
All right, so let's get into your background. It's going to be a little bit of BJ Hill. This is your life, to celebrate this contract that, by the way, takes care of your family for generations, man. I mean, really. I mean, this is life changing wealth, not just for you and your immediate family, but for generations to come. I mean, when you were a young kid playing the game that you love, did you ever think you'd be making not seven but eight figures a year playing the game that you love so much?
To be honest, I thought I was gonna be a basketball player. That was my goal. Playing a lot of like travel ball, high school basketball, like football. I was good at football in high school and growing up. I was like, man, that's my backup, whatever. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna focus on basketball. But I stopped growing. I stopped at 6'2", 6'3", and 6'3.5", whatever you want to call it. I was like, dang, I need to switch over. Let me see what I really want to do. Basketball is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? They're 6'8", 6'9", or whatnot.
Right.
So I always had in my mind, I want to be a basketball player, but I just stopped growing. And but when I chose football and focused on that, man, it just took over.
So, to talk about what kind of an athlete you are, you've got basketball, you played some baseball, track and field. I mean, you in basketball, it'll always carry over to any sport. I mean, footwork, eye-hand coordination, stuff you have to do for basketball, impacts your game. You're a hell of an athlete. I mean, people don't understand. You're a big guy, man. 6'3" and a quarter, over 310 pounds, 33-inch length to your arm, which is pretty impressive. Your hands, man, over 10 and a half inches, uh, tip of the pinky to the tip of the thumb. That's a big old mucker right there, and you can run sub 5 flat 40. That's an athlete, man. I mean, you've all those sports you played growing up paid off for you.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Anything with the ball, I can do it, man. Baseball, tennis, ping pong, you name it. If it got a ball, I'm winning. That's all. Yeah, I always got so much confidence in myself every time I play a sport, no matter what it is. Even track, I threw shot put disc, ran the 4x1, 100, and
Wow.
track. But I was a little smaller back then when I did that. But I love playing different sports. I love just switching it up each season, going from football to basketball to baseball. It was always fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I tell you, man, the weather changes, and then depending on where you are, I'm from the New England area. The weather change, man, would tell me what season it is for sports.
Oh
It
yeah.
would be crazy. All right, so your senior year in high school, you played both defensive end and running back. I mean, you were a two-way guy. Football, 9 sacks and 5 touchdowns rushing. I mean, that's pretty good stuff right there. It's not surprising that colleges came calling, man.
Yeah, not bad. That was my first year. My senior year was my first year playing defensive line. So I played linebacker and safety, and of course running back. So my first 3 years, those were the positions I was playing. It just gave me a sense how to find the ball. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just playing D tackle or D end my whole career in high school, but playing like a linebacker, it helped me see the field, helped me recognize, feel the flow of the game, and it just helped me with a lot. And then running back, you know, it was hard to tackle me. Almost every time I touch the ball, I'm getting almost a first down or something like
Right.
that. So that was fun, but I really enjoyed playing. I really enjoyed playing linebacker where I can play sideline to sideline. The only way you was getting the ball by me if you're going to throw it 30 yards over my head. So it was awesome.
So that's amazing, though. Your safety, to
Mm.
linebacker, to defensive line. Again, that speaks to your athleticism. I mean, the ball skills, the ability to move, change direction, eye-hand coordination, all that stuff. I mean, so you go to North Carolina State, and you begin a career where you start midway through your freshman year, and you start your entire career there and have a phenomenal career at North Carolina State. You go to the Senior Bowl, and you, by all accounts, when I'm reading things about your Senior Bowl, you dominated practices, man. I mean, you had yourself a heck of a week at the Senior Bowl, and then you did things like repping 35 reps, at the combine, third most of defensive linemen. So they could see your athleticism, and then they see your strength, and it's like, whoa. And you got picked the third round. I mean, congratulations.
Well, thank you. My college career it kind of started off slow though. Like you said, I started like midway through my freshman year. But the thing about that, it was kind of crazy. I didn't get my first tackle until like week 5 of the season. I'm like, am I cut out to be a football player? Like what's going on? But then some just clicked. Bang. Oh, like one. I remember we played Clemson. I had like probably like 6, 7 tackles a second and a half. I was just balling. But we got beat down that game though. But that was the game I remember vividly. Like everything just clicked. I was like, oh, this is how it is right here.
Right.
But then going on from there, had a pretty solid career. North Carolina State got drafted 3rd round. To the Giants. Man, yeah, I loved everything about North Carolina State. Man, it taught me how to be a man. Taught me how to play football, how to be a professional, how to be consistent. Just the little things that I carried over to the league.
Yeah. I mean, so it was that aha moment. It's like when that game against Clemson, it's like, dude, I belong, man.
Yeah,
I can do this, right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm talking about I was in a slump. I had, beginning the season, you don't play good teams, right? So we playing. I don't even know. I ain't going to say the teams, but not good teams. I'm like, why can I not make a play? But then we get the ACC play. I'm over here just balling. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's crazy because you have uh, the ability in the big games. You show up and make big plays. I mean, you're a big play guy in big play in big game moments, highlighted by the AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs when you intercept Patrick Mahomes. The Bengals are down at this point, 21-13, with 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. You pick that ball off, prevent them from scoring. Bengals go down and score, rally, and win the football game 27-24 in overtime. That's a game. That's a play that will be memorable. It's iconic. It's one of the unbelievable plays in Cincinnati Bengals football history, and you made it. Take us through that play. What did you see? How did it unfold? Take us through what was going on in your head.
Well, first I remember because you said we were halftime, going to halftime. We were down what again? We were down what? About
Well, you're down 21-13 with a little over 2 minutes left in the third quarter when you
so
made that
before
interception.
yeah, before we went to the half, like right when we went to
Halftime, it
halftime,
was brutal. Yeah, it
yeah,
was
we were getting
awful.
beat down. I
Yeah,
remember I knew a guy over there, and we were running to. We just made a big stop on the goal line, and we were running to our locker room, and they were just chirping, bang bang. I knew a guy over there. He was just chirping, talking about this game is over. I was like, all right, bet, watch this. And I knew we just had to make some big plays on defense to get the ball to our offense, and they're going to do their thing. And that's what we did. We had a mentality like never give up, no matter what happens. Keep on going, keep on fighting, and things will happen. And that's what we did. We stuck together. We made big plays, and the rest is history.
so you mentioned that you go to the New York Giants with that third round selection, and I'm sure you'll always have an affinity for the Giants. They're the ones that said, we like you, we want you out of college, we're drafting you to our organization. But the Bengals made, if it's not the best, it's right there trade in franchise history in 2021. Billy Price for B.J. Hill. So I'm sure you probably had some good experience in New York. I mean, the Big Apple, New York City, all that. I mean, it's probably a pretty good lifestyle to be a New York Giant in New York City. But that trade and bring you to Cincinnati, man, was it as good for you as it was for the team when it happened?
Oh man, it was amazing. Well, first off, I got nothing but great things to say about the Giants and their organization. They treated me right. The ownership, it was amazing, it's top class. But that trade happened for one I didn't know I was getting into. And when I got there, I seen the guys who we had in there. I was like, oh, okay. I seen who we had in the D line. I'm like, we got a special group here, and I
Right.
just fit right in perfectly with the group. Even though I wasn't starting, but I was coming in there playing meaningful downs and
Yep.
minutes, and I don't know. It was that was kind of like a before the whole trade. It was kind of a dark time. Like I think like just coming off good rookie year, not playing much my second year, not playing too much my third year, and then getting drafted. I'm like, man, like what the heck is going on? And then God is just it's crazy how God just works, right? I just got traded there, and everything just worked out perfectly. Man, that was the place I was supposed to be at the right time, even though I didn't want to leave at the moment. Sometimes it don't make sense. Like why do I need to get traded? Like I'm a really good football player,
Right.
And it's how everything just works. And sometimes we think, you know, it should work like this, but nah, it always don't work in our how we think it should work. We always work out at the end of the day, and everything just worked out perfectly. Um, Getting traded there, man.
And Lou Anarumo was your defensive coordinator. Marion Hobby, defensive line coach. They've since moved on with the changes in the coaching staff. But I'm sure Lou Anarumo and Marion Hobby have a big impact on your had a big impact on your successes as well. Correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. I knew Lou from the Giants. He was at the Giants beforehand.
Right.
And I knew just through the grapevine about how good of a coach Hobby was, and he was great, man. He was very detailed. He wanted me to be fundamentally sound, be a leader, everything. And both of them guys, man, they helped change my life forever, man. I appreciate them for sure.
So now you've got Al Golden as the defensive coordinator. Jerry Montgomery is your defensive line coach. Have you had a chance to communicate with either of those coaches at this point, or is it a little too early?
I have talked to Al. Also talked to Al over the phone to Coach Montgomery as well. Just picking his brain about how he coaches. Man, I'm fired up. When he was just talking to me, I'm like, I'm excited. I'm excited. We kind of came from the same tree of, the way we was taught fundamentals of football, D lineman, and I'm excited. I love learning football. I love learning from coaches. I love picking their brains about things. And yeah, he coached some great defensive linemen too, and they play their butts off in the league as well. So I'm excited to learn from him, and I know that some guys in the room they are too.
So the free agent signings, unrestricted free agent players that the Bengals have brought back, all or three of them that come to my mind right away. The common denominator is tremendous value with versatility. The versatility factor increased the value for the players. I mean, in terms of wanting to get a deal done, you play a great three technique. You can get it done at nose. You can kick out, play defensive end. That gives your defensive line coach and coordinator a big sense of relief that one guy can handle all those jobs. And on game day, if injuries do crop up, God forbid, a guy like you is invaluable. I mean, and then you look at Mike Gesicki. He can line up, put his hand in the dirt at the end of the line of scrimmage as a tight end. He can flex into the flex as a tight end. He can play in the slot. He can play any one of the receiver positions in a bunch formation. I mean, big guy that runs great routes, catches the football, very versatile player. And then looking at Cody Ford, he can play any one of the five offensive line positions. He can also play a big tight end, goal line, short yardage situation type thing. So there was a big emphasis in my mind, a big focus. The early signings were three of the most versatile football players on the team. I mean, congratulations on that as well.
Well, yeah, thank you. I think it's important too. I'll be able to play different positions. It's kind of crazy though. Like right when I got to first time I got to the league. Well, in college, I was straight nose guard. I was straight one technique, and I remember going to first practices in New York. I'm always lined up at the nose. I'm like, I'm not a three. I played nose my whole life, and then they told me like, BJ, you're a three. I'm like, all right, and just learning how to play. It's a little. It's not too much different, but it is different. It's somewhat. You just gotta learn. You gotta fill it out, how to play and stuff like that. So to me now, I'm natural. I can play I can play the three. I can play the shade, the two wide, the five, wherever you need me to play. If you need me to play backer, I can play backer too. So I can do it all.
I love it. I love it. Um, the style of defense, Lou Anarumo had, one style of defense, configuration wise, philosophically, and all that sort of thing. Al Golden's, I'm not sure if there are more differences and similarities, more similarities than differences, but has Al talked to you about how he might use you yet, or Coach Montgomery the same, or is it too early for that?
Uh, I, I think he's going to use me how I've been used in the past, playing all down the line, from the five to the to the zero. So we really haven't got talking to that, but we probably talk about that here soon.
What about some of the? I know you're a guy that studies everything, and you've seen the comings and goings. I mean, there's six. They brought six new players in, maybe a seventh here recently, and only one, Akeem Davis Gaither, moved on. He's with another football team now, but you got six new teammates. Some not new, some re-signed like yourself from the football team. But you have guys from other football teams as well. Have you kind of kept a little track of what's going on free agency wise as a whole?
A little bit, not too much, because I've been on the move a lot
I bet.
here the last couple of days. So I have. I know we signed Cody, Mike, um, uh, got Burke, right, from the Eagles. He came from the Eagles, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um, so I kept up with it a little bit, but I've been on the move so much I really haven't uh, focused on it a lot.
Right. When you review, and I don't know, do you in the off season do you look at the prior year's game tape and say, I want to review a little bit and give myself a grade? I know the coaches grade me, but I've got in my own mind a grade on how I think I should be performing. And
Oh
if
yeah,
you have had a chance to take a look at that, have you felt pretty good about your season last year?
yeah. I always do that, man. I'm hard on myself from just on my gameplay. Like just the last 2 years. Just going back to my head, like just going through my head, my memory and stuff like that. I just remember people just saying, like I like shutting people up. You know what I'm saying? So people saying I can't do something, so I'm gonna go work at it really hard, try to be the best of the best. I'll be like, you can't do this, you can't play the run that good. Okay, I'm gonna show you. But now I just feel like this year I want to put everything together. Just have like be dominant in the run and the pass all the time. I feel like sometimes I focus too much on one thing than the other sometimes, and it kind of like I'm still good at both of them, but I focus at one of it mostly, and I just see a big like okay, like a big swing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this year, my goal is to be dominant in both, not just one, but both at the same time, every game, every play. Um, so yeah, that's my goal this year.
you know, uh, Crazy as it sounds, you're kind of the older statesman on that defensive line. I mean, you're particularly in the interior. You got a couple of young bucks last year drafted in the second and third round. Um, I know that you take it seriously in terms of helping young players, make their transition adjustment to the National Football League. What do you think of your two young teammates inside?
I'm excited for them. What they just showed off last year, all last year, man. For one, being a rookie, it's kind of tough. For one, you don't know what you're getting into. It's a long season. You're going from all the way from your training into the next December or January. So your whole year is like booked up. And just for them to be able to come in there and listen, take coaching, um, ask questions, perform at a pretty good level for a rookie. I'm excited for them. I think they're going to be really good for us. They still got a way to go, but I'm definitely excited for them.
So the football team itself, you go on a 5-game winning streak to end the season last year, but slow starts have kind of plagued the team, the last 2 or 3 seasons. Do you think that's gonna be a point of emphasis? Do you think that's something that's gonna be talked about? I mean, there are different reasons for it, and it's not like there were blowouts. I mean, you're in every football game, just
Yeah.
not quite finishing football games and having to dig out of holes. Obviously, that's something you'd like to rectify a little bit.
Yeah, I believe so. Just looking in the past 4 years since I've been here, we always started slow. I don't know why that reason is, but I'm pretty sure we're going to address that this year so we can start fast. So we're not behind the eight ball. So we're not trying to see, oh, if this team lose, we get in. We don't want to be in that position. Yeah, we could have made it to the playoffs with somebody else, but we don't want to wait on somebody else or I'm trying to figure out the word I'm looking for. Yeah, for wait on another team to win or lose so we can get in the playoffs. So that kind of sucks last year, but we want to be in a position where it's written already. So we want to start fast and finish strong. I think that should be our motto the whole year: start fast, finish strong.
Yeah, I know, when I played, the last thing that you wanted was other people to control your destiny. You want to control your own destiny, like you're saying. You don't want to have to lean on other people or cross your fingers. Other people lose football games.
Yeah.
For you to get a chance. You want to be in control. You want to be somebody that is all right. I got this. I'm in. I'm just trying to determine the best seed I can get here. Let other people worry about who's going to win, who's going to lose these football games. There's no doubt, no question about it. I'll tell you, it's exciting though. What, how good does it feel to have an offensive football team with Joe Burrow at the quarterback position and the skill players that he's got surrounding him, and hopefully, some of those guys sign contracts that keep them there for the long term as well.
Oh yeah, man, it's great. Everybody wanted Joe Burrow on their team, or Jamar Chase, or T. Higgins, or Mike, or shoot, everybody, Orlando, or
Yeah.
James Brown. Like you can literally go down the whole Samaje. Like you can literally just keep going down the line on the offense of the players. Charlie, like we got so many players over there, man. It's crazy. It's scary. And our goal is to get them the ball much as possible because I believe they can put up 50 points a game if they wanted to. If they wanted to. So if we get the ball back to them, the man, it's gonna be a special year.
So playing in the division you play in with the Baltimore Ravens, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Cleveland Browns, physicality, it's a big deal. I mean, people, it is a throwing league. There's no question about that. But in this division, you got to make sure that take care of business in terms of handling the running game, don't you?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So I play in two of the toughest divisions. I was in New York playing with some great offensive line and playing in this division too. Um, Early on, I learned quick, man. It's a physical game down there. Just going against like Zach Martin and Brendan Brooks and Sheriff. Man, I was like, man, like I had my hands full early on in my career, but that taught me a lot about how to play the game and how to play the right way. And yeah, we got definitely the toughest division in the NFL, man. Physical, hard nosed football, man. It's each and every week with those guys.
So, who you mentioned that your first love was basketball. Who was the guy? Who was the guy you're like, "Oh my gosh, man, this guy this guy's a freak. He's a phenomenon. I can't believe this guy." Who was your first player you were a huge fan of?
Like while I was playing, or like in the NBA, like
Both. Give me
oh,
both.
so I play a lot of travel ball. I play for Chris Paul. I'm actually in San Antonio, so hopefully I'll
Oh,
probably meet up with him a
nice,
little bit going to his game tonight and
nice.
say what's up to him. So I'll play for his AU team. I play against some great guys. Like I'm trying to remember who's the man, because so when I play like the four or the five. I was strong.
Right,
So
right,
when these tall guys try to back me down, for one, I wasn't moving. Like you might be taller than me, but you're not stronger than me.
right.
So you're not gonna be on this block very long. Push you out. I'm trying to remember Jaleel Okafor. He played at Duke. He was really good.
Yeah,
Bam, who played at Miami.
yeah.
Them two was on the same team. At one point, it was ridiculous. But I had some good people on my team, like Theo Pinson, who played at Carolina. Nate Mason, he played at Minnesota. AJ, I'm trying to remember his last name. AJ something. He played at UConn, I believe. I had some really Gary Clark he played at Cincinnati.
Yeah, right, right.
Um, we had a really good team too, but I played against some good players, man.
That's legit, no doubt. What about who's your NBA hero, man?
Man, I would say, to be honest, I'll say Chris Paul, man.
Yeah,
Just see what he done for me, and see how being a pro was, and his family is awesome. I talk to his mom and dad all the time. They tell me, he texted me earlier today or yesterday, tell me, no, today, congratulations, on the signing and stuff like that. His brother just called me actually not too long ago before I got on this call. So their family is awesome, man. He did so much for me and my family. Just teaching me how to be a pro and how to go about life.
so give me who had an influence early in your career, like a pro veteran player when you were a young buck, a rook, or a second year player who had an impact on how you played, how you approached the game, kind of told you what was up? Was there anybody that did that for you?
Yeah, so back in my hometown, we got. I think he's probably the best player who ever came out of my county. I don't think I was the best, to be honest, but this guy named Quan Sturdivant. I looked up to this guy. He played at Carolina. I don't care about that school, but he went to Carolina, and he played a couple years in the league. But he just taught me everything, what to expect. This is how college is. This is how the NFL is. Like, I swear to you, every time. So he lived like a couple doors down from me. Every time I would like come out the house, I'm trying to look and see if his car's over there at the house, so I can go over there and run and talk to him. Man, but he did so much for me. He showed me the way. And then in the league, when I was playing as a rookie, ooh, it was a couple of them. I'll say, um, man, who would be that guy? I had so many. Um, Ogletree, he was a linebacker for the Giants.
Yeah.
Still talk to this day. He taught me how to be a pro. Block out the noise, and just how just to play the game, how to watch film and do stuff like that. Mike Thomas, same way. Those two guys, I would say, and Sterling Shepard too. Man, yeah, I had some good guys around me to show me how to be a pro.
And do you take that role seriously? I know you're looked at as a leader for sure
Oh
in the
yeah,
Bengals locker room. Do you like that role? Do you like that challenge of being a team leader?
I love it, especially in my room, man. Because it's how I'll take it. If they go out and do something dumb, it's kind of a reflection of me.
Huh.
So I didn't do a good enough job to show them the way. If that's on the field or off the field. So if I see, I don't know, somebody doing something crazy, yeah, that's on me. I'm sorry. I'll get that fixed. So heck yeah, I love and I'm excited for this challenge this year. Like you said, I'm the OG in the room this year. So, but I'm excited, man. I love leading these guys, man. They listen. They do what they got to do, and if they got any questions, they always come to me, and I always answer them. Man, I'm not that type of guy, but like, nah, go figure it out yourself. No, I'm here every step of the way because I want you to be great. I want you to succeed. I want you to make it to the next contract. I want you to provide for your family. I want you to play really good football so we can win games.
So this time of year, you're already in a workout pattern, or are you kind of resting and rehabbing your body a little bit? A little travel time with family. What's up for BJ Hill right around now?
So right after the season, I'm big in yoga. So I'm a big
Huh,
yoga guy.
okay.
So the first like month or probably 3 weeks, I do yoga. Then I get back in my workout. Took a couple vacations here and there. Went to Turks. Went to Brazil with some of my guys.
Wow.
And what else? Nothing too crazy, man. I just love to work. I love to work out, man. I
And
mean,
you got three young ones, man. And you're you're a family guy. That's
oh,
that's
oh
work
yeah.
right there. That's a workout right there. Just
That's
tracking those.
right there. Because my son, man, he all he wants to do is go outside and play sports, play baseball, football, but you name it, we're doing it.
That's awesome, man. As he gets older, I mean, how proud is he going to be? Yeah, man. My dad, he probably already understands what you do, but as he gets older, man, the sense of pride he's going to have that, yeah, my dad's in the league, man. He's in the show.
He's getting there. Like it's kind of crazy. He was coming home from school talking about, do I know Joe Burrow? Do I know T Higgins? Do I know Jamar? Yeah, I know them. They're my favorite players. I was like, what about me, dude? Like he was like, yeah, you're my favorite too. I'm like, okay. But he's starting to understand it a little bit, and that's why I want to that's why I want to keep on playing too. I want him to keep on understand. Even my youngest, 6 months, 7 months, I want him to understand hard work, what it takes to. You don't have to be an NFL. You don't have to be a basketball or a professional sport, but it takes hard work to get to be great at whatever that is. If that's a school teacher, or a firefighter, or a dentist, or whatever that is. It just takes hard work. You gotta work harder to be the best.
No doubt about it. That's great advice. Any how's his skill set? It's kind of maybe early to tell, but is he got some? Has he got some skills?
Yeah, he's pretty athletic. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty. Yeah, he's athletic. Yeah. He,
All right.
he he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a solid athlete.
Good.
He's gonna be a
All right. Well, everybody listening to the podcast that has anything to do with athletics, BJ Hill's got one now. Mark it down. Mark it down. A few years down the road.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep. Keep it on track. I can't thank you enough, man. You are, like I said, a class act. The definition of class act is BJ Hill, and every level that you played at, you've had tremendous success and have left a legacy of ability and character. And you can't ask for much more than that. I know the Cincinnati Bengals. They definitely wanted. They had you circled, man. They BJ Hill got to keep this relationship going, and I'm glad to see that it has happened. And once again, congratulations to you and your family. Enjoy your family at the family function down in San Antonio, and have
Will
one
do.
on us. Have one
Thank
with us.
Will do.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Have a good off season, BJ.
Will do.
Hey, Dave Lapham here. While games are over for the season, there's no off season for the First Star Media Group or First Star Logistics. Join me in the trenches and Joe Goodberry of Bengals on the Brain here on the First Star Media Group YouTube channel. First Star Logistics gave away great prizes during the season, which will continue with exclusive content and special giveaways during the off season. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to help us continue to grow the channel.